Hi folks, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is Cosmic Mind Journey, exploring the infinite landscape of universal consciousness. In this moment, you are embarking the most extraordinary journey ever undertaken, not a journey through physical space, but a journey through the infinite landscape of consciousness itself. This is the cosmic mind journey, an exploration that begins where you are right now and extends to the furthest reaches of awareness, touching every dimension of existence between the most intimate thought and the vast intelligence that orchestrates galaxies. Unlike any physical journey, this exploration requires no movement through space or time. The entire cosmos exists within consciousness, and consciousness exists within you. The journey is not about going somewhere else. It is about recognizing the infinite terrain that your awareness already occupies. The boundless territory that has always been your true home, but which you have barely begun to explore. But most of human history, especially for most of human history, we believe the mind was small, a personal possession contained within the skull, limited to processing the information gathered by our five senses. But recent discoveries in neuroscience, quantum physics, and consciousness research reveals something far more extraordinary. The mind is not confined to the brain, it extends beyond the body, connects with other minds through invisible networks, and may be a localized expression of a cosmic intelligence that permeates all existence. Today, we journey through the vast territories of consciousness, from the familiar landscape of everyday awareness to the extraordinary realms where mind and cosmos merge, where individual consciousness recognizes itself as universal consciousness, where the journey of exploration becomes a journey of remembering what you have always been. Prepare to discover that your mind is not a small room but an infinite mansion with countless unexplored chambers, each one revealing new dimensions of what consciousness is and what it can experience. The cosmic mind journey begins not when you leave yourself behind, but when you finally discover how vast you truly are. Let us understand the mapping the inner cosmos. Every greater journey begins with a map, and the cosmic mind journey is no exception or exception. But the mind map we need is not drawn on paper. It is encoded in consciousness itself, waiting to be discovered by awareness that has learned to observe its own territory with clear attention. The first region of the cosmic mind is what we might call the surface consciousness, the familiar landscape of everyday thinking, sensation, and perception. This is the territory most people identify as a totality of mind, yet it represents merely the outermost layer of an infinitely deep reality. Like the visible surface of an ocean that conceals vast depths below, surface consciousness is just the beginning of the journey. Neuroscience tells us that the conscious awareness processes only about 40 bits of information per second, while the nervous system as a whole processes 11 million bits per second. This means that 99.9996% of your mental activity occurs below the threshold of ordinary consciousness. The cosmic mind journey involves learning to explore these hidden territories. The second region is what depth psychology calls the personal unconscious, the repository of memories, experiences, and patterns that shape your individual psychology but remain largely outside everyday awareness. The territory includes forgotten childhood experiences, suppressed emotions, habitual reactions, and the invisible programming that influences behavior without conscious intention. Exploring this region requires courage because you will encounter aspects of yourself that have been hidden for good reasons. Pain you did not want to feel, truths you did not want to acknowledge, aspects of identity that contradict your self image. Yet, this exploration is essential. But what remains unconscious controls you, while what becomes conscious can be transformed. The third region is the collective unconscious, a term introduced by psychologist Carl Jung to describe patterns of experience and symbolism that appears across cultures and throughout history. This territory includes archetypes, universal themes, and inherited wisdom that transcends individual experience. When you dream of flying, descending into caves, or meeting wise teachers, you're exploring this collective territory of human consciousness. But the cosmic mind journey reveals that this region extends even beyond humanity. Research in animal cognition shows that other species exhibit forms of consciousness, memory, and perhaps even culture. The boundaries between individual minds, between human and non human awareness, begin to blur as we explore deeper territories. The fourth region, what we might call cosmic consciousness, the dimension where individual awareness recognizes its connection to universal intelligence. This is not theory or belief, but direct experience reported by mystics across traditions and increasingly documented by consciousness researchers. In this territory, the sense of being a separate individual temporarily dissolves, revealing a vast field of awareness in which all apparently separate minds exist as interconnected expressions. Physicist David Bohm described reality as an implicate order, a deeper dimension where everything is enfolded into everything else, with the explicate order of separate objects and beings emerging from this unified field. The cosmic mind journey takes you into this implicate order where consciousness recognizes its fundamental unity. The fifth region, rarely discussed but essential to map, is what some traditions call the void or emptiness. Not absence, but the fertile nothingness from which all consciousness emerges. This is the ground of being itself, the source from which both awareness and its objects arise. Exploring this territory challenges every assumption about existence, for here you discover that what you are is not a thing, but a space in which all things appear. These regions are not separate locations, but dimensions of the one consciousness that you are, each accessible through specific qualities of attention, intention, and surrender. The vehicles of exploration. Just as physical journeys require appropriate vehicles, ships for ocean, aircraft for skies, spacecraft for cosmos, the journey through consciousness requires vehicles suited to navigating different territories of awareness. These vehicles are not external technologies but capacities of consciousness itself, refined through practice and recognition. The first vehicle is attention, the capacity to direct awareness towards specific aspects of experience. Attention is like a spacecraft equipped with powerful instruments that can investigate any region of consciousness in detail. When attention is scattered, you remain on the surface of awareness. When attention is focused and sustained, you can penetrate into depths but usually remain hidden. Research in neuroscience shows that attention literally changes brain structure through neuroplasticity. Where attention goes consistently, neural pathways strengthen, but attention also changes the structure of experience itself. What you pay attention to becomes more real, more vivid, more influential in your life. Learning to direct attention skillfully is the first essential capacity for the cosmic mind journey. The second vehicle is intention, the direction and also directional quality of consciousness that determines not just where you look, but why you look there. Intention is the navigation system of the cosmic mind journey, guiding exploration towards specific destinations. Without clear intention, attention wanders aimlessly. With intention aligned with your deepest values, attention becomes a powerful instrument of discovery and transformation. Studies in quantum physics suggest that intention may influence reality at fundamental levels. The observer effect demonstrates that conscious observation affects what is observed. If this principle extends to consciousness itself, then your intention literally shapes the territories you explore on the cosmic mind journey. The third vehicle is surrender, the willingness to release control and allow consciousness to reveal itself in ways that exceeds expectations. While attention and intention are active capacities, surrender is receptive, opening to dimensions of awareness that cannot be accessed through effort alone. Paradoxically, the deepest territories of consciousness becomes accessible only when you stop trying to reach them. Meditation research shows that experienced practitioners exhibit what's called effortless awareness, a state where consciousness maintains clarity and presence without strain. This is surrender in action, not passive resignation, but active receptivity. Consciousness relaxes enough to allow deeper realities to emerge naturally. The fourth vehicle is integration, the capacity to bring insights from deep exploration back into everyday awareness. Many explorers of consciousness have powerful experiences in meditation or altered states but struggle to integrate these experiences into daily life. Integration is the return journey, ensuring that what is discovered is extraordinary states transforms ordinary consciousness. Research on psychedelic therapy emphasizes that healing cosmos comes not primarily from the experience itself, from the integration work that follows. The cosmic mind journey requires the same commitment, using insights gained in deep exploration to transform understanding, behavior, and relationship to reality. The fifth vehicle, perhaps most important of all, is love. Not sentiment, but the fundamental force that draws consciousness towards union with what is explored or what it explores. Love is a cosmic gravity that attracts awareness towards truth, beauty, and goodness. When love guides the energy, consciousness naturally moves towards greater wholeness, deeper understanding, more complete recognition of its infinite nature. Studies on compassion meditation shows that practices cultivating love changes brain structure and enhances well-being. But love in the cosmic mind journey is more than technique. It is the recognition that what you explore is not separate from what you are, that the journey is consciousness falling in love with its own infinite nature. These vehicles work together in symphony. Attention illuminates territory, intention guides direction, surrender opens depths, integration brings wisdom home, love infuses the entire journey with meaning and explores and also purpose. Together, they make possible the exploration of consciousness that is both systematic and spontaneous, both disciplined and graceful. Landmarks of the cosmic mind. As you journey deeper into the cosmic mind, certain landmarks appear, experiences and recognitions that mark significant waypoints in the exploration of consciousness. These landmarks have been reported by explorers across cultures and throughout history, suggesting that the topology of consciousness contains universal features that all awareness can discover. The first landmark is the recognition of the witness, the discovery that beneath all changing experiences lie unchanging awareness. This recognition often arrives suddenly. You are observing your thoughts and realize that the observer cannot be what is observed. You are watching emotions flow and recognize that what watches cannot itself be emotion. This landmark transforms identity from I am my experience to I am the awareness in which experience occurs. Neuroscience research on meditation shows that regular practice strengthens the capacity for metacognitive awareness, thinking about thinking, knowing that you're knowing. This is the witness consciousness emerging, observing mental activity from a perspective that is not entangled with it. The second landmark is the experience of expanded boundaries, moments when the sense of being contained within our body dissolves and awareness seems to extend beyond physical limits. This might occur in nature, in deep meditation, in moments of profound love or beauty. Suddenly, you are not looking at the sunset, you are the awareness in which both observer and sunset appear. Research on mystical experiences shows consistent patterns across different methods of induction, a sense of unity, transcendence of time and space, ineffability, and profound positive effect. These commonalities suggest that expanded consciousness is not hallucination, but direct perception of dimension, usually filtered out by ordinary awareness. The third landmark is the encounter with synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that seem too perfectly timed to be random. These experiences suggest that consciousness operates through connection that transcends ordinary causation. The book you need appears exactly when you need it. The person who can answer your questions appear unexpectedly. Events align in ways that feel orchestrated by intelligence beyond personal control. Psychologist Carl Jung proposed that synchronicity reveals a casual connecting principle, a way that events relate through meaning rather than physical causation. The cosmic mind journey reveals that consciousness itself may be this connecting principle, linking apparently separate events through invisible networks of awareness. The fourth landmark is the experience of timelessness, moments when past and future collapse into an eternal now. Time does not stop, but your relationship to it transforms. You recognize that consciousness exists outside the flow of time when simultaneously experiencing temporal progression. The paradox, cannot be resolved intellectually but can be lived directly. Neuroscience research on time perception shows that the brain constructs the experience of time rather than passively receiving it. In altered state of consciousness, this construction can change dramatically within seconds, feeling like hours or hours passing in apparent moments. The cosmic mind journey reveals that consciousness is not bound by time but creates the experiences of time. The fifth landmark is the recognition of interconnection, the direct experience that all consciousness is fundamentally one. This is not a philosophical position but a perceptual shift. Boundaries between self and other become transparent. The sense of isolation dissolves into recognition of participation in a vast web of interconnected awareness. You realize that helping others is helping yourself because at the deepest level, there is no separation. Research in a quantum entanglement demonstrate that particles can remain connected across vast distances. Some consciousness researchers realize that awareness itself may exhibit quantum properties remaining entangled even when physically separated. The cosmic mind journey suggests that individual consciousness is entangled with universal consciousness in ways that transcend spatial separation. These landmarks are not achievements to collect, but recognition that naturally emerge as consciousness explores its own nature. Some explorers encounter them sequentially, others simultaneously, still others in completely unique patterns. The journey is not about reaching specific landmarks, but about the continuous deepening of awareness that makes all recognition possible. Let us understand the return and integration. The cosmic mind journey is not complete when you reach the furthest territories of consciousness. The true completion comes in the return, bringing the wisdom, insight, and recognition gained in deep exploration back into everyday life, allowing extraordinary awareness to transform ordinary experiences. Many explorers of consciousness makes the mistake of believing that awakening means remaining in expanded states permanently. They seek to escape the mundane world for transcendent dreams, to abandon daily life for spiritual heights. But the complete cosmic mind journey requires what spiritual teacher Jack Cornfield called after the ecstasy the lauded the recognition that true awakening includes a full spectrum of human experience. The return is not recognition but integration. You don't lose the insights gained in deep exploration. You learn to embody them in relationship, work, creativity, and the ordinary moments that make up most of human life. Cosmic consciousness recognized in meditation becomes a consciousness through which you wash dishes, have conversations, pay bills, and navigate challenges. This integration transforms suffering. You still feel pain, loss, disappointment, and fear. These are natural responses of a human nervous system, but your relationship to these experiences changes. You recognize them as temporary weather patterns moving to the vast sky of consciousness. You can feel sadness without being sad, experience fear without being afraid, because you know yourself as awareness in which all experiences arise rather than as the experience itself. Research on post traumatic growth shows that some people who face severe challenges emerge with greater wisdom, compassion, and appreciation for life. This transformation occurs through integration using difficult experiences as material for consciousness to deepen rather than as evidence of personal failure. Integration also transforms relationships. When you recognize cosmic consciousness in your own awareness, you naturally begin to recognize it in others. Every person becomes a unique expression of the same infinite awareness that you are. Conflict does not disappear, but it transforms from personal warfare to consciousness exploring different perspective on itself. Studies on empathy and compassion shows that these capacities can be cultivated through practice and that they create both personal well-being and social benefit. The cosmic mind journey reveals why compassion is the natural expression of consciousness that has recognized its fundamental unity with all awareness. The return also requires humility. The cosmic mind journey can generate experiences of such profound insight and expanded awareness that the ego wants to claim them as personal achievement. I am enlightened. I have reached cosmic consciousness. I understand what the others don't. The spiritual ego is perhaps the most subtle obstacle on the journey. For what it takes, the very experience meant to dissolve the sense of separate self and uses them to reinforce it. True integration dissolves the spiritual ego. You recognize that the cosmic consciousness discovered on the journey is not something you achieve, but what you always were, temporarily obscured by identification with limited self concepts. The journey did not create cosmic mind, it revealed what was always present. Finally, integration means living as a bridge between worlds, fully present in ordinary reality while simultaneously aware of the cosmic dimensions of consciousness. You navigate the practical demands of physical existence while maintaining connections to the infinite awareness that transcends all limits. You honor both the relative truth of separate identity and the absolute truth of universal consciousness. This integration is the true completion of the cosmic mind journey, not escaping the world for cosmic heights, but bringing cosmic consciousness fully into the world, allowing infinite awareness to express itself through the beautiful limitations and possibilities of human form. The eternal journey. As our exploration of the cosmic mind journey reaches this moment, we recognize the ultimate truth. The journey never ends because consciousness itself is infinite. Every insight opens deeper questions. Every recognition reveals further territories to explore. Every return prepares for the next departure into even more profound dimensions of awareness. You're not someone who occasionally embarks on the cosmic mind journey. You're the journey itself, consciousness exploring its own infinite nature through the focused lens of individual awareness. Every thought is the cosmos thinking through you. Every perception is universal consciousness experiencing itself through your unique perspective. Every moment of awareness is the eternal journey continuing. This recognition transforms everything while changing nothing. Your daily life continues, but now it is experienced as cosmic consciousness in human form. Your challenges continue, but now there are opportunities for awareness to discover new dimensions of itself. Your relationships continue, but now there are cosmic mind recognizing itself through countless expression. The cosmic mind journey that you think you are beginning has actually never stopped. You have been traveling through infinite consciousness since the moment awareness first emerged. The difference now is that you can make this journey consciously, participating fully in the exploration rather than being carried along unconsciously. Every moment offers departure to new territories of consciousness. Every breath is an opportunity to explore deeper. Every experience is cosmic mind investigating its own nature through the magnificent instrument of your awakened awareness. The journey is eternal because consciousness itself is infinite. There will always be new dimensions to discover, new depths to explore, new recognitions waiting to emerge. Travel consciously, you are not separate from the cosmic mind being explored. Journey fearlessly. You are not other than the awareness that makes all exploration possible. Written completely. You are not different from the wisdom that integrates every discovery into living understanding or lived understanding. The cosmic mind journey continues infinite and ever new, exploring consciousness through the sacred vehicle of your aware presence in this eternal moment that is always beginning. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.